The first release that we had that I was a part of the team, when I got hired, I was told what was going to be in that release, and that release was going to be in 3 months. And I certainly laughed and said, there's no way you can put that much content into a software release in 3 months. And sure enough, they did. And then they did it again 3 months later.
We spend a lot of time trying to sell it internally and trying to really lay out what do we need to do to get this product up to the point where it's going to be marketable to the industry.
I mean, when I started, I went into a department that had one computer, one desktop computer for the entire department. Not just the actuaries, I mean the entire line of business. Modeling software is critical to not only our company, but really any insurance company. Pricing the business correctly on the front end, which is obviously important because if you mess that up, it's very hard to recover. On the back end, which is more the area that I'm involved with, are there ways of protecting the company so that you don't become one of those few companies that actually goes insolvent? You do something that keeps the management happy, you keep the regulators happy, you keep the shareholders happy.
What differentiates us is that the system was built initially as an ALM system. What that means is that we can do those stochastic ALM projections out of the box without limitations that you're going to find in other systems that were not initially structured as an ALM system.
When I'm working with companies, they all want to see the buttons and the features of the software itself, but I do all I can to get them to look at the bigger picture, which is who's behind it, what kind of model do they follow, are they committed to the software for the long term?
Layer on top of that the strong Milliman consulting support that's out there and the MG-ALFA support, and you just have an unparalleled system.
As a part of my sales process, I tell people right in the beginning of what they do together with me as we start off on this journey to look at software that I consider support to be the most important component of software.
I can call them up and frequently there is an answer immediately. I don't mean they answer the telephone, I mean they answer the question immediately.
You have a question, you call them up, send them an email. They know the answer. If they don't, they get back to you in just a couple minutes.
We really take pride in the support team here at MG-ALFA. Customer service is a passion of mine and also of other members of the team.
The service is exceptional. The help desk, I think, is one of the key selling points of MG-ALFA. I am always very pleasantly surprised.
Client suggestions are what drives the system forward. Talking to our clients on a regular basis about how they could better utilize the system, that's where we get our ideas.
It's really about customizing the system. You know, it's never going to come out of the box to solve everybody's solutions in the marketplace today. So you have to be able to do some customizations.
As you can imagine, enhancement requests span the range from brilliant ideas that will push the system forward for everyone and have huge value to this button is blue and I sure do wish it was red.
We do have some really advanced users that really push the limits of the system and push our knowledge of the system and the marketplace and how they can model things in MG-ALFA.
What I really like is I offer some of these suggestions, for example, at the users group meeting, and I know they take that to heart because in later releases, say in the following year or in a couple of years, they've added the functionality that I've suggested.
So the users group meeting is really a good tool just to get everybody together in a room from a lot of different companies to share ideas and make the system work better for all.
The most significant new enhancements are just a restructuring to make the system easier to use, more modern in its look and feel.
The debug capabilities, as you make changes, being able to determine what changes have occurred, what the impacts are, and make sure that you haven't created an unintentional mistake someplace else.
It's all the changes to the underlying structure of the system, positioning us to continue to move it forward to meet the needs of the market here in the U.S. for principles-based reserves, abroad for Solvency II. They're impressive in their own right, but they are new pieces of the foundation that we need to keep moving forward for the next decade.
Our industry is continuing to move forward, and if we're not continuing to move forward with it, then we're letting our clients down and providing them with what they need to be successful in their business.
I don't know what the software will look like 5 or 6 or 10 years from now, but I know it will be the market leader and it will meet the needs of our clients and our consultants at that time, because that's the model we follow.